What is common among these? Well, it's a tiny component called the semiconductor chip, or sometimes just chips. The smaller this chip got, the better and more advanced it became. Taiwan is by far the world's biggest manufacturer of semiconductor chips, followed by South Korea, Japan, China, the US, and the European nations. Taiwan's biggest producer, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company or TSMC, supplies more than 50% of chips to tech giants like Apple, Qualcomm, and Nvidia. However, this monopoly has become a major cause of concern. With the Chinese government conducting military drills around Taiwan, countries are now concerned if it would cause any disruption to the supply chains of these chips. And therefore, many countries have decided to claw back semiconductor production. The CHIPS Act passed by the US recently is a case in point. But where does India stand in this race? While the US, the EU, South Korea, and Japan, among other nations with a vibrant semiconductor ecosystem and supply chain, are spending an estimated $200 billion on subsidies, India, a debutante of sorts, is offering subsidies to the tune of $10 billion. In December 2021, India announced the Semicon India program with an outlay of 76,000 crore rupees for the development of the semiconductors and display manufacturing ecosystem in India. However, in view of lucrative incentives offered by countries to the already limited number of companies, the Indian government decided to modify its program in September 2022. Now, India is ready to pay half the cost of setting up semiconductor units if one of these two conditions are met. In a recent development, the Indian government has welcomed both fresh applications and existing participants for establishing semiconductor and display fabs in India from June 1, 2023 till December 2024. This time, it is looking at not only 28 nanometers and lower chips, but higher nodes like 40 nanometers as well. For more such news, views, and insights, follow and subscribe to Business Standard.